Hey, you guys, good morning. Happy Saturday. Welcome to episode number 10, 10 of the NFL New York Jets First and 10 podcast. How you doing this morning, brother?
I'm good. I'm good. Long weekend, Memorial Day weekend, but for us, the weather's crappy, but we're going to make the best of the situation. The family's
rainy
all
and
home.
49 here.
So. Yeah, it's football weather. It's
football right? Weather. We ready to tee it up or what?
Let's go. I am. I'm ready.
I'm ready. Hey, and I got to mention how great it was seeing you last weekend. Finally.
Yes. You too, brother. We got to do it again. Your show was awesome. Props to you and the band.
We had a good time.
Yeah, you guys were tight. Excellent. Everyone, if they come to your area of town, go check out Hostile Rage. They put on a great performance. Kevin is the man. Awesome man. Excellent show, brother. Excellent
show.
Man.
We had fun. It was great seeing you. Great meeting your better half. So.
You as well. Everyone was great. What an awesome evening.
So what do we got this week?
Well, before you go on, I just like in general. You know what? I'm sorry. People might get mad. Metalheads are a different class of people. Like you go to a show and everyone's there for that reason. Mm-hmm. There's no fights. There's no gun pulling. I don't care if people get mad. There's no knives. It's just a great crowd. Everyone is there for the music. It's just awesome.
Was that a fun freaking night Saturday or what?
Yeah.
Everybody.
All those people and
we were all friends. We all go back forever. So it was a piss.
Yeah, it was no jealousy. I mean,
nope.
you had some really big names come up there, and there wasn't any sense of, oh, I'm this guy. You don't remember me. Oh, you know what? It was a great evening, and everybody out there, if you're a metalhead and Hostile Rage comes to your neck of the woods, do yourself a favor and go.
Well, I appreciate it, brother.
Do yourself
a favor. I appreciate that little plug there.
Oh,
I hope to see you guys too.
Oh, definitely.
We'll be playing around.
You keep telling me when you're in the area, and I'll go for sure. Definitely.
Okay. Definitely. Well, right now we're looking. I mean, there's going to be something in between now and then, but right now we're looking into September.
Okay.
Big New Jersey Metal Fest at the Debonair Music Hall in Teaneck.
All right. Excellent. Keep me posted on that, and keep everyone posted on that.
Yeah, absolutely. So on to football.
Yes.
I see Le'Veon talking crap this week.
So what was he saying? Tell us. Let's go. Let's hear what you have to say.
He blamed the Jets for his decline, and he even went as far as to blame the Chiefs. Underutilized. I'm not utilized. Nobody's using me. Well, there's got to be a reason for that. I mean, he claimed. What else did he claim? He claimed that in this last year with Gase, that defenses knew the plays that were coming.
Okay, but you know what? On that case, I believe him because
so did we.
Yeah, we spoke exactly. We spoke about that many times. And
yes,
we were calling out the plays. So,
yeah. And what else did I see? I saw Saleh this week saying he was thinking of sticking with the young cornerbacks.
Yes,
he's not looking for a veteran.
No. So leads you to believe two things. He's happy with what he's saying, or he's riding these guys out. These are my guys. I'm riding them. I have faith in them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the two things I do have to mention is the Corey Davis. I don't know if you heard he was injured this week. Got injured Wednesday in practice. Fell on his shoulder strain. The Jet doctors are saying it's just rest. But what I'm scared of is that they did send him to see Dr. James Andrews, who's the big orthopedic surgeon. Everyone goes to him. He went for x-rays. No news has leaked out on what the x-rays show. You're supposed to have x-rays either Thursday or Friday. Jet fans, we'll have to keep an eye on that one.
Absolutely. It would only figure, right?
Yeah, the Jet curse.
Wouldn't it figure all of a sudden the guy goes in and needs shoulder surgery and he's not ready till week 12?
But that's just Jet law. And I don't even want to say Jet law. As a fan of anything with Ets, it's a curse.
Mm-hmm. Listen, I'm right there with you. I'm expecting this crap.
Yeah, like we talked about the Joe Namath curse, but I'm sitting here and I say, if you root for a team with Ets in it, meaning Jets, Mets, Nets, It's bound to happen. Like, I'm a Mets fan, and just to talk to them for a second, we finally built a team that we looked like we could rival anyone. We have 18 guys on the injured list. Who has 18 guys on the injured list in baseball before the end of May?
Nobody.
Anyway, it's just that anyway.
It's an Ets thing. You're right.
Yeah, it's definitely an Ets thing. It's definitely an Ets thing, but
crazy.
And the other thing is, I keep laughing at it because I keep laughing at it and I want to laugh at it all year long. So did you hear today what Jacksonville, or a couple of days ago, what Jacksonville is planning on doing with Mr. Tim Tebow?
No, I did not. What are they doing?
They're going to use him in the Wildcat like a Taysom Hill.
What?
I mean, exactly. Like the moment of silence, you needed to have that moment because you had to think for a second. Did they not learn anything from watching the Jet fiasco?
The Wildcat. First of all, the Wildcat isn't even football, in my opinion.
It's nonsense.
It's a gimmick. It's nothing. Wildcat's nothing more than a gimmick when you don't have real plays.
Yeah, it's nonsense. Like, like you have to be, and again, I have to keep repeating this. You all said, and I don't mean you and Jet fan, but we all heard how coming to the Jets would be a disgrace for poor Trevor. Meanwhile, they're interviewing Trevor, and they're not even asking him about himself. They're asking him about Tebow.
Yeah, the circus has begun.
Oh, yes. And I'm sitting back and going, well, all you guys who said Trevor's going to want to trade, why would he come to our organization? Right. Listen, right now everything's even, but as far as records and go, but as far as how the two teams are driving the carts, our cart is on a straight rail, while the Jaguar cart looks like it's veering off and heading into doomsday land. Who the hell?
All gas, no brake. All gas, no brake.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah. And you want to know something else I found interesting about the cornerbacks? I mean, talking that he said he's sticking with the young guys. Free agency, we only signed one.
Okay.
That was Justin Hardy, and they're calling him a special teamer.
Yeah.
So, and the draft, they all came out of the 5th and 6th rounds.
Yep.
Or undrafted. So, I mean, I think he's rolling the dice, but.
I mean, the thing is, we look at it this way. Saleh, rookie coach, they're coming in, everything's new. They're all going to learn together. So why not learn with the rookies instead of
right.
It's better than bringing in a veteran who said, well, I play it this way. I did it this way. I'm not used to this. It's going to be a learning curve for the veteran, too, with this new scheme. So who knows? Maybe Saleh's got something we don't know. Maybe finally we have.
Well, and who knows what he's seeing? We're not seeing everything.
That's true. You're right.
They may be blown away. The coaches may be blown away. Like, wow, we got a group here.
Exactly. So, and we'll ride it. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I also saw that we actually did try to sign Hoyer before he went back to the Pats.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I'm hearing Foles. So.
Yeah. When you want to be a fourth stringer, go for it. Who cares?
Exactly.
And listen, and there were talks that right now, they were saying right now to Jet Camp, it's not a dire need for us to sign a veteran quarterback, So however this team is going to ride, like we said, we can look at it as what the old way was. We've done that too long. It's true now. Even me, my attitude's got to change. I have to look at it differently. So I'm ready to roll. I'm a solid guy. I'm becoming a Zach Wilson fan. So let's roll with it. My wagon.
Hey man, that's all we can do, right?
Yeah, my wagon is hitched, and I'm ready to rock. I'm ready
Let's
to
go.
rock.
I'm ready to tee it up. Let's go tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, it's 45 degrees out there right now.
It's football weather. Right?
It's not summer weekend.
45 degrees and rain. Man. What else you got? No rants today?
No rants. It's a holiday week, and I'll give everyone a break. There really wasn't much, at least for me, to dissect this week. I was very happy that I saw on Tuesday, and we had a slight discussion, this all-time Jet team that this reporter put together, where Jet fans got a chance to vote on who their all-time Jet team was. And
I saw that. I kind of chimed in and picked a few of my own too.
All right, good. So I thought, and I said to you, we talked, and I said, wouldn't it be great if you did one and I did one and we compare what you liked, what I liked, and what the fan base liked?
I bet you a lot of it's similar. So
I'm sure it is. I'm sure. Now, my thing was that I didn't stick to the rules. Like this reporter who put the voting together, said you couldn't vote for certain players. I don't know what the reason was.
Listen, any player you like, you can.
And all right, and that's how I did my list. So what we'll do is I have it in front of me. I'll read out the position. I'll read the three. You could read out the three names you gave, the three names I gave, if you have any honorable mentions, and then we'll give out the three names that Jet Nation voted on. How does that sound?
Sounds good to me.
All right. So you have your list in front of you. You're ready to rock?
Yes, I do. Yes,
right.
I do.
So let's start off with the quarterbacks. Who do you have for your top three in Jet history for your dream team?
I'm going to go Joe Willie, of course, because he's the only one that won a damn Super Bowl for us. Okay. Then I'm going to go Ken O'Brien.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go Richard Todd.
Okay. Excellent. Do you have any honorable mentions?
Chad Pennington, of course.
Okay. Excellent. So my three were, I went with Joe Namath, of course.
Of course.
I went with Chad Pennington, and I went with Richard Todd. He's my third.
Well, you see, we're close.
Yes.
We're pretty damn close, right?
Now,
well, I mean, we don't have that much to choose from either.
No, exactly. But you want to hear my honorable mentions?
Yeah, go ahead.
I couldn't leave him off the list.
Glenn Foley?
What's that? What was that?
Glenn Foley? Who you got?
My honorable mentions are Pat Ryan.
Oh, absolutely.
And Vinny Testaverde.
Oh, and Vinny. Yeah.
Yep.
Now,
Jet Nation, they picked.
Listen, I loved Vinny, but
so did I.
It was fleeting, It was really fleeting. How geared up were we in the 99 season? And the first freaking game against the Pats, there goes his Achilles.
Yep.
We were the pick for the Super Bowl.
Yes. And this is what I'm saying, that curse of the S.
Yes.
And this is why I'm worried with Corey Davis now. This is why I'm worried with him. But Jet Nation picked, just for the sake of this conversation, we'll tell you what Jet Nation voted, and I'll give it to you in order. Theirs was Joe Namath, Ken O'Brien, Chad Pennington.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
The only difference we had was Todd.
Yes, we both I liked Richard Todd. I really
did. I
mean,
man, listen.
And for me, Kevin, it wasn't about numbers. I didn't do my list towards numbers. I just did what I felt in my heart as a Jeff and who I rooted for, who was special to me,
If Shula doesn't leave the field uncovered, who knows what happens? If it's not the mud ball, who knows what happens?
Yeah.
You remember Walt Michaels attacked Don Shula in the tunnel?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What a disgrace. What a disgrace. But it's home field advantage, and that's part of the little, perks of having home field.
All right. On to running back.
Yes, let's go. Who do you have?
Well, my favorite running back of all time at the Jets, Mr. C. Martin himself.
Okay.
Curtis did it all, man. Curtis did it all.
Oh, yeah.
What comes to my mind is a game in the snow against the Steelers. And, man, he was a beast.
Yes.
He couldn't be stopped. It was, I still watch films of that. It's crazy.
You have a great memory because about 2 weeks ago, that was some of the highlight films on the Jet site. They were showing that game.
Oh, in the snow?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
He ran. I mean, I don't even think we were playing for anything, but he ran like we were.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What a player.
Part of a lion, that man.
Yeah. And then my second choice, of course, as you can see in the background here, Mr. Freeman McNeil, who I had the privilege of going in a box with and spending a whole game with and partying with. It was
awesome.
Good time.
Awesome.
Honorable mention.
Okay.
Emerson Boozer.
Okay. Wow. So my list, my three are the same as your three, same as Jet Nation's three. So I'm going to go on to who I picked as honorable mention. And I picked a few, so bear with me. I'm going to throw some names out to you, and then you can tell me your thoughts. John Riggins. How can you not put the man on there, you know?
Yeah.
The Mohawk, everything, you know, everything, you know? I know he's a Redskin, and he's known for that, but when he was with the Jets and that Mohawk, two guys who I really liked, Thomas Jones and LaDainian Tomlinson, they're on my honorable.
Oh, yeah, mention. Love it. Love it. I was always, oh, man. What a year that first year with Rex and Thomas Jones.
Oh, my, I agree. And and I didn't want to see him go, but we didn't lose much the next year with LTB in there. So that was another good.
Hey, we went up and beat the Pats.
Yep. Yeah. And I got to tell you, the last two on this list, one you might say, well, but my memory of him was scoring against the Patriots in the playoffs and then putting the ball down and saying, taking a nap, Patriot fans, Mr. Sean Green. Yep, remember that one?
And even Rex went running down there, Yeah, I remember that. That was great.
Now,
that was great.
The last one, I have to do it. I'll have to go back to my blast from the past. Scott Durkin.
Wow. Now there's a rare name.
Had to bring him up as a young kid watching this guy play.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
And listen, nothing outstanding. It was just a guy who I had my eyes on when he was in the game, you know?
Absolutely.
I don't even know what his number was. I couldn't even tell you, but he's always been in my head as a Jet, tough little kid, he's older than me, tough player, you know, always liked him. So I put him on my list. Jet fans, you could tell us what you think at the end of this, but for running backs, that's who I went with.
Nice. Very nice.
Yep.
Which brings us to wide receivers.
Okay, you don't want to do fullbacks? Do you have your fullbacks? Or did you skip fullbacks?
Okay, go ahead.
I got Matt Snell.
Yep.
Tony Richardson, and my honorable mention was Richie Anderson.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I have Anderson, Tony Page.
Wow.
You remember Tony Page?
Yes, I do. Wow.
So that's where I'm at. I loved Richie Anderson too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so did all the coaches loved Richie Anderson.
Good guy, good player, good guy to lean on. Agree. Jet Nation had Matt Snell and Bill Mathis.
Okay.
So you can't go wrong. All right, this should be fun now. Wide receivers.
Well, I mean, my favorite two of all time were Maynard and Walker.
Okay.
And I can remember that game against the Dolphins. Marino, O'Brien, Clayton and Duper, Walker and frickin' Toon.
Yeah.
I mean,
overtime. Excellent game. Wow. 51-45 was the final score.
Yes. I mean, fly patterns to Walker, one after the other, after the other. Crazy.
Oh, man. You know what that game reminded me of? Do you remember as a kid and you knew you could beat your friend and your buddy would just said, go long, I'm throwing it up. Go long, I'm throwing it up. Well, and that's all you did until he proved he could stop you or take that angle away from you. That was definitely the best street football I've seen.
And I don't know. I was watching NFL Network one day and they showed a repeat of that game.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. Not the whole game, but, you know, broken into the highlights and stuff. It was like for NFL films.
Okay.
And what's so great is where they're running in the tunnel at the end.
Okay.
Okay. After the overtime win.
Yeah.
They show above the tunnel a bunch of fans.
Okay.
Now, guess who's right in the middle of the fans with his sunglasses on going, yeah.
Who? No, you're kidding. So you saw yourself on TV?
Yes.
Wow. Actually, now I have to look out for that. Oh, man, that is so cool. Hats off to you. Wow. Very nice.
No, it was fun. I was like, look, there I am.
Wow.
Yeah,
that is
pretty cool.
Awesome.
Pretty cool. And honorable mention, of course, I got Mr. Corbett.
Okay.
You know, I wanted to pick three because I wanted him in there.
Okay. So for me, I went 5 deep with the wide receiver.
Okay.
And then I went 4 honorable mentions. So I'll just read them real quick. I went, and this is my order. So I went Don Maynard, Wesley Walker, Al Toon, one Wayne Corbett, and Lavernius Coles.
Yeah, Lavernius. I love Lavernius.
And the play that stands out to me, I remember, I don't know who called the game. I remember him saying, how smart is this? Look at this. He caught the ball and fell on the 4-yard line. I think it was against the Packers. No one tagged him, and he just rolled the 4 yards into the end zone for the touchdown.
That's your head's in the game.
Heads in the game, but coaching smarts, players smarts.
Yes.
Which the Jets lack for the last
details.
Yes, which the Jets lack since Rex Ryan left. No smarts of the game. My honorable mentions are George Sauer, of course. Jonathan Cotchery,
yeah.
Brandon Marshall, and a kid for some reason who doesn't seem to get a lot of Jet love. And I thought he was a decent player, a good player. I shouldn't say decent, a good player. Maybe we expected more than what we got, and that was Santana Moss.
Oh, listen, Chad and Santana had the connection, man. Yeah. I mean, how many times I saw Pennington dial it up downtown, man, all the way down to Santana.
Yeah, I thought Santana was a nice, I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's the friends I run with. I never hear Santana Moss mentioned.
No, he was a big time receiver for us. He really
Jets,
was.
And you could see it, Kev, because Jet Nation voted for, of course, the usual Don Maynard, Wesley Walker, Wayne Corbett, Al Toon, George Sauer. So that was their 5. And again, me and you are not off with our thinking, but
I thought about throwing Toon in there because remember when I told you could park in the same lot as the players?
Yes.
Okay. They were playing the Steelers one day.
Okay.
And Greg Lloyd hit Al Toon so hard, knocked him unconscious. Okay. So after the game, we're outside hanging out, do a little tailgate. Here comes Al Toon. Foggy. He's like standing there looking around.
Yeah.
We said, "What's up, Al? You all right? What's the matter?" I don't remember where I parked my car.
Wow.
I don't know where my car is.
Wow.
So that's okay.
So let me ask you a question because I don't remember that game. Did he continue to play? Because the rules and regulations.
No, he was out.
Okay.
Yeah, he was out.
Because nowadays that happens. You're out. But back then it was like, oh, we need you. Get back in, Wow.
So a little tidbit there.
No, cool stuff. Hey, listen, that's what it's all about. Share what you know. What do you have with the tight ends?
There's only one for me, really.
Okay.
Mickey.
All right.
Mickey Schuler.
Okay. I went with 3, and then I went with 1 honorable mention. I went Mickey Schuler like you. I went Jerome Barkham.
Okay, yeah, all right, Barkham.
And for the sake of this, again, maybe I just liked him as a player. Jet fans will probably kill me. You might kill me too. Johnny Mitchell.
Had a lot of potential.
Yep. And my honorable mention was Rich Caster.
Okay.
And Jet Nation had Schuler, Caster, and Barkham. No honorable mentions on any of these.
Yeah, I thought about Mitchell.
Okay.
But I mean, he just didn't. There was no consistency there. You know.
But after Mickey Schuler, there wasn't with any of these tight ends. Like I heard somebody say Dustin Keller.
Well, yeah, I was gonna do an honorable mention for Keller. I mean,
all right,
he had a monster season that year with Sanchez.
Yeah, but listen, I'm not gonna argue it. I'm not gonna. People could probably nitpick my list. This is why it's all list, and we do.
Unlike most Jet players, when he left here, he kind of disappeared.
Yeah,
I think he went to the Steelers, didn't he?
I think he did 2 years there.
Yeah,
you might be right.
And that was that. So
yeah.
Oh well, we're hurting at tight end. That's for damn sure.
No, but like I said, hopefully this year again we're not, because that undrafted free agent's supposed to be the real deal. So we'll see. I will definitely, Jet fans, I will learn how to pronounce his name by September. I promise. I can't keep calling him the undrafted free agent. I gotta get his name right.
Offensive tackle.
There we go. Who do you have?
Hill and the Brick.
Okay. Yeah, that's who exactly I have. I have exactly what Jet Nation picked. I have the Brick. I actually have Marvin Powell and Winston Hill. So I agreed with Jet Nation.
I mean, we haven't exactly lit it up on the offensive line.
No. You're right.
How about your guards?
For a team based out of New York, where how old are we? 50 some odd years old. We don't have a rich history.
No,
we don't, and it's shocking that we don't have more because there was success in it. Like, I don't want to say success. Like, we won the Super Bowl in '69. There was some flashy moments with the Walt Michaels era, but never enough. Yeah, like, we don't have this rich history to hang our hat on,
absolutely,
and it's a shame.
not.
It's a shame. We're an old
life of a freaking Jet fan, right?
Yeah, exactly. And we're not a young organ. We're not a 20-year-old. We're a 55, 56, whatever year old. And if you count the Titan years, over 60. And
you should have something else. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. There should be more moments of glory than just 69.
How about your guards?
My guards were pretty easy. I did Jim Sweeney, Brandon Moore, Alan Faneca.
Okay. Randy Rasmussen.
Yes, that's who Jet Nation has as well.
And Sweeney too. I mean, okay, he played center mostly.
Yeah.
But he was also, he also played guard. So.
Yep. How about Dave Herman? Did you have him? Jet Nation had him. Yeah, I didn't have him either.
I did not.
Yep.
I mean, Brandon Moore.
It played well for us. People don't realize how good. Like, when you go back now and you see what the Jets been the last 5 or 6 years, you realize how good that line was for Sanchez.
Yes, absolutely.
You realize how good that. Too bad that line couldn't be around.
Those guys now, or yeah.
I know exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly. People don't realize. Like, you look at that line and you go, "Damn."
And I mean, then I looked at the centers.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know, okay, everybody's high on Mawai.
Yeah.
To me, Mangold was a better center.
Yeah, he was my number one as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Mawai was 2 for me, but yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, same here. Yeah. Same here, but Mangold was better. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I got to tell you, I don't think we ever lacked in centers. When you think of Joe Fields, which was my 3, Mawai, Hall of Famer, Mangold, eventually one day, we didn't lack.
Even Sweeney was a good center.
Yeah, we didn't lack in that category.
No.
Till
now.
Yeah. And Kev, if you go back and you look at some of these names and you look at some of the numbers, you have to chalk it up to, why weren't these teams better? All right. Do you blame the quarterback play? Do you blame some of the coaching?
Do you blame the curse?
I don't know.
Do you blame that curse, man?
I don't know, because this team, there's a saying out there, I don't know if you heard it, always a bridesmaid, never a bride. I feel like that's us.
Yeah.
You go back to that Gastineau penalty in Cleveland.
That late hit on Kozar. I know.
A little under 5 minutes, and there's the thing: always a bridesmaid, never a bride. We're winning 10-0 against Denver in the AFC Championship, and everything we did right in the first half to perfection, we did everything wrong in the second half.
It all started to me in Denver with the Keith Byers fumble.
Oh.
Why you're trying to leap over people is beyond me.
Yeah.
And if you're going to do that, secure the damn ball.
Damn ball, exactly.
I mean, there was no reason to do that. We were headed to score again. It was going to be 17-0. So.
Yeah. And if at worst we kick the field goal and it's 13-0 and we play because our defense was spot on that day. I mean, you want to talk about a perfect half of football that went to crap the second half. You talk about shitting the bed in the second half.
I mean, we'll talk about when we get to our safeties.
Yep.
I'll have to touch on that game.
Yeah, you have a lot to say in that department. I know you do. You ready for your interior D lineman?
Let's go.
Okay. Who do you have?
My favorite of all time, Mr. Joey Clax.
Yes.
And and Lions. I mean,
Yes.
who else is there?
Well, I'll give you mine, but you woke the demon in me because you want to talk about a mini rant. How is Joe Klecko not in the Hall of Fame?
I think it's because he was a Jet.
The man,
honestly.
the man made, and I maybe other players have made it now, and that's in recent years. But up until a certain point, he was the only guy who made the All-Star game at defensive line, all three positions.
If Joe Klecko was a Packer, a Raider, or something like, he would have been in.
But Kevin, here's what I don't understand either. He must have rubbed reporters the wrong way, because when you hear two Hall of Famers like John Hanna and Marvin Lyons say, when you went up against Klecko, you had to bring your A game. Hanna said the reason why he became the player he was playing against Joe Klecko. How is this man not in the Hall of Fame? Why? Because we didn't win many games? We didn't win a Super Bowl? We didn't what?
And at different positions.
Yeah, the only man at one time. Now, maybe that's changed, but at one time, he was the only man to go into the All-Star game at three different positions. Lead the league in sacks, until Gastineau beat it. But it's like, are you kidding me? What's this? Someone's got to tell me of prominence why. Like, I would love to hear one of these reporters say why Klecko is not in the Hall of Fame. Can someone please wake me up to that?
Nope. I don't think you'll ever get a legitimate answer, honestly.
You know?
I know. I know.
So anyway, my interior linemen were Klecko, Lyons, Chris Jenkins, because he was a beast.
Was he a beast of a nose tackle, or
he
what?
was a beast. And
Parcells loved him.
How could you not? I mean,
yes.
The man was everything a D lineman is. Tough, strong, smart.
It was like you put a wall in the middle of the line.
Yeah.
A force, like a brick shit house, man. I'm telling you.
Yes. And maybe you'll disagree, but Chris Jenkins could have played on the sack exchange and you wouldn't have missed a beat.
That's right.
That's my take on it.
No question.
That's my take.
One of my favorites, Jenkins. Yep.
I also have Abdul Salam, and I have a slight
Abdul Salam.
Yeah, and I have a slight asterisk, and I'll tell you my asterisk after we talk the edge. My honorable mentions were Jason Ferguson, Damian Harrison, and for better or for worse, I had to put him Muhammad Wilkerson. Yeah.
Okay.
You know? Yeah, he might have taken off more plays than he played, but when he was on for me.
Yeah.
When he was on, nobody better. Yes, he took off plays and injured a lot, but when he was on, he was on.
I agree. On the edge, I got one of my favorites of all time, John Abraham.
Okay.
So, I mean, we never really had that great edge rushers.
No.
That's something we always lacked, as a matter of fact. I mean, okay, Gastineau, Abraham. Who do you have?
Okay, he's my favorite Jet. I don't care that he danced and pissed people off. Screw you. You don't like it, stop him. Mark Gastineau, number one.
He would sign every time he would sign
dance,
it off to Brigitte.
Had that big Brent Skrilling brawl against the Rams, many fights with the Raiders. Screw it. You don't like the man, stop the man.
Brigitte Nielsen ruined Gastineau.
Yeah. The money, he turned to that Hollywood side of things, and he wanted to be more of a model and a pretty boy after that. But on the field, I got Gastineau, Sean Ellis, John Abraham, and here's a name you'll remember, Marvin Washington. Now,
these guys, not well-known names, but they suffered through all the losing. They were there all the frickin' time, and they came to play every frickin' Sunday.
If you're a Jet fan, these are household names to you, and they meant something. They were special to you.
Absolutely. There's no question.
I got two honorable mentions. Mr. One, Dennis Byrd.
How could you leave Dennis Byrd out?
That day laying on the ground and not knowing
Yeah,
Man,
I was there.
oh my God, against the Kansas City Chiefs.
I was there.
Not knowing if this, and to see him, I don't know how many years it was later, walking back onto the field. Bless him. Dennis Byrd played well for us. Good guy. Well-liked guy. Made that speech, I think, our first playoff game under Rex Ryan, fired the troops up. They said it the next day. Dennis Bird's speech was so motivational. So he's my honorable mention. And Jeff Lagerman.
Another one that
we're Jet fans. We lived through this. These are players that, should have been household names on any other team, but because they played for the Jets, no one will ever remember them as the players they were. And they were good players.
Another one who came over to our car and had a beer once in a while.
You know what? I don't know Jeff. I don't know anything about him. But if I had a pinpoint, he was Leonard Skinner all the way. He was,
No, he was a fun dude.
His rock and music, his metal music, Yeah.
I remember him and there was a wrestler called the Diesel.
Okay.
I remember him and the Diesel came over to our car afterwards one time and hung out and had a beer. So I guess they were friends.
Now, I'm sure they were. My asterisk was, if I had to go with a defensive line, it's the sack exchange.
Oh, yeah.
All four players. I'm not taking anyone out. All four players. Like, even though we named different positions on the line and other players.
You couldn't beat Lions, Gastineau, Klecko, Salam. Every Sunday, man.
Yep. That was my asterisk, because I had to say, even though we have different names and other honorable mentions, the sack exchange, those four are top, and everything else falls behind it, in line with it,
How about linebacker?
Okay. You want to go first?
Unfortunately, because this is my favorite.
Okay.
But he has an asterisk next to his name because he created Tom Brady.
Okay.
Mo Lewis.
All right. Okay.
Then I got Buttle.
Okay.
Grantham.
Okay.
Clifton and Mel.
All right. Now, did you know, and I only found this out doing this dream team. Do you know Kyle Clifton ranks #1 in team history for the most solo tackles?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
That's why I think we were talking last week and I mentioned Clifton.
You mentioned him, but I never knew that. This man hasn't played in 30 years. He still leads the team.
What does that tell you?
Yeah, it tells you that we haven't had longevity and we have many missed tackles.
Wait. How many times you see somebody running by and they just go, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, missed tackle. Kev, but the number is outrageous. 1,468 solo tackles.
Yeah.
I don't even know what he has combination when
Clifton was a beast, man. I'm telling you.
That number just impressed me, because was he with us for more than 10 years?
I believe he was.
I'd
have to double check, but he was a lifer here, man.
Yeah, I couldn't recall the years, but that number impressed me. And with that, my linebackers were, of course, as everyone knows, Lance Smell for me.
Oh, yeah.
He was #1, but I do have Mo Lewis, Marvin Jones, David Harris, and Kyle Clifton. My honorable mentions are Greg Buttle and one Jonathan Vilma.
Vilma and Harris were. I should have had them in there. Absolutely.
But you had some good ones. You had some really good ones. Jet Nation picked Larry Grantham, Mo Lewis, and Al Atkinson. Their honorable mentions were Kyle Clifton, David Harris, and Greg Buttle.
Okay. Yeah. Well, all right. I'm close. Close.
Yep.
Which takes us to the back end.
Okay. Before you go on, are you surprised? And maybe because I was just a fan of his, that Lance Smell didn't make Jet Nation's top 6 linebackers?
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Yeah. Now, maybe it was just me as a kid, as a fan. I'd probably have to go see film to see if he was as good as I remember.
Because if it wasn't for Mel, you wouldn't be going to Miami back there in the AFC Championship.
He had a
back then.
few good interceptions that, like he was like I don't know, maybe just because he
Was
was
it the
my
Raider
pick.
game before the Dolphin game, and he made like a huge interception?
I thought he had 2 that game.
Yes.
I thought he had 2 that game, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe again, like a kid, you view things differently. These, anyway, cornerbacks. You ready?
Yeah, go.
Okay. I'm up first. Okay, I have Darrelle Revis, James Hasty.
I got him as an honorable mention.
Okay, Antonio Cromartie, Aaron Glenn, and Bobby Jackson.
Okay.
My honorable mentions are one Ray Minkins, and how could you leave him off the list? Because he sealed the deal in '69. Johnny Sample.
I'm right there with you. It's the same names.
Yeah.
Revis, Glenn, Hasty, Sample. Same guys.
Yeah.
Same guys. I mean, okay. I still got a problem with Aaron Glenn and the fake spike.
Yeah, I know.
I'll probably have it till the day I die.
Yeah.
Dude, come on. This isn't some third string quarterback.
No,
That's
exactly.
Marino standing there.
Exactly. I wish there was a way to go back in time and play that season, that moment, but that play not happening. What would have escalated for the remaining? I think we would have been 7-4. Mm-hmm. What would have been the remaining 5 games? And what Pete Carroll was that? Pete Carroll, I think, who coaches.
Yes.
What would have Pete Carroll's career been?
It was that game. From that game on, we went.
Yeah. I think we finished the season 6-10 or 7. But anyway, the point being, if that never happened, and that again, Jet Law, always a bridesmaid.
Of course.
If that never happened, what would have been the outcome? And if Pete Carroll goes down as a legend, if that Jet team just grows and grows from there,
Mm-hmm. Hey, we never. If that happened, there would have been no Parcells. There would have been no Vinny. There would have been no Curtis Hart.
I understand. I get all that, but that team seemed on the cusp of something.
But
and that Marino play,
it's always the same thing.
Yeah,
Look
it's like the hot
season. Look at the season with Mangini and Favre. We were 8-3.
I know.
8-3.
Yeah.
And what does Favre do? He blows his shoulder out.
Yeah.
And then again.
Yeah, no. Again, I hate to keep bringing up that saying, but it's always always giving the key and then dropping it into the sewer. Mm-hmm. I don't want to get anybody mad by using the bridesmaid term all the time, but it's like, getting handed the keys to the castle and dropping them right before you put the key into the friggin' lock.
I mean, how do you go 8-3 and then you don't make the playoffs? What?
No,
what?
I know. Anyway, shall we move on to the safeties? Who do you have for your safety?
Man. All right, safety. We'll go back to 98 here against the Broncos. Mr. One Victor Green.
Okay.
I have him as my top safety.
Wow, nice.
But I still can't forgive him for that day.
Okay.
Because he started it with the blown coverage.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. From there, it was all downhill.
Yeah. Mm. Okay.
Elway hit on it. Boom. I don't know what he was thinking.
Yeah.
I think Parcells never got over that either. I don't think with Victor.
I'm not gonna argue.
And Jamal. I mean, even though he's not here anymore, I gotta say Jamal Adams.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I mean,
I agree with you.
You're talking about a guy who changed games.
Yeah.
They had him. He must have been mic'd up or something. And he said, I forget who we were playing. It was his last season here. He said, I'm going to go out there. I'm going to strip the ball and I'm going to score.
Yeah.
He went out there. He stripped the ball, picked it up, and he scored.
Was that against the Giants? Because he did that against the Giant quarterback.
I believe so. Yes. Yeah. I believe you're right.
I would have loved, I would love to see Jamal Adams with this coaching staff. He's also my number one safety. I also have Eric McMillan,
Yep.
Victor Green, like yourself. I have one Darrell Ray. And I think this name might shock you. Kerry Rhodes rounds out my top 5 safety.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Now, my honorable mentions were Brian Washington and Jim Leonard.
Love Jim Leonard, man.
Yeah.
What a hitter. What a
Yeah.
hitter.
Yeah, what a team leader. Like, what a captain.
Absolutely.
Definitely, you know,
Little dude, but
Yeah.
played like
all heart.
absolutely, man.
Yeah, all
Absolutely.
heart.
And I mean, you mentioned Eric McMillan.
Yeah.
I got a great memory. We were playing the
okay.
Dolphins.
Okay.
Okay. And I think it might have been, he might have had 2 that day
Okay.
on Marino.
All right.
But the last one, Marino hit him, and man, he takes it all the way this way for the pick 6. And he's
Nice.
holding the ball out like
Uh-huh.
this as he runs by Marino. And Marino was so pissed off, he's going, "Fuck you, Eric. Fuck you, Eric."
That sounds about right. That sounds about right. Wow. Oh, man.
Another great memory.
Yeah. Wow. And you got 2 more topics, and we have special team. Oh, 3 more. Special teams. What do you got?
Good question. I didn't really touch on special teams.
Okay. I'll
Who
give
do
you
you
who
have?
Jet Nation voted for, and then I'll tell you who I have. Jet Nation voted for Pat Leahy as kicker,
Oh,
Curly-
okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Curly Johnson as punter, and Leon Washington. They gave him kick returner and punt returner.
Okay. We just categorized them different. I
Yeah.
have Leahy, Falk,
Okay.
Leon Washington.
Okay.
Who was the guy? I can't remember his name. Little short little guy, kick returner. Chad Morton.
Okay. All right. I remember that one. He took a
returned
couple back to the house for us.
in the same game.
Yeah. Yeah.
He did 2 in the same game.
Okay. My special teams was Pat Leahy, of course, which we mentioned him a few weeks ago as one of the better kickers that we remembered for us. I do have Curly Johnson as a punter because I just couldn't think of anyone that really stood out. I the kid we got in the draft last year, but he's too young yet for me to put him on an all-time mentions list right now. Maybe we do this in 10 years, he might be the punter
Yeah.
I go with. My kick returner, and again, because I loved him as a kid, was Bruce Harper.
Bruce Harper. Yeah. Yeah.
But I do have honorable mentions. I have Leon Washington, Brad Smith, and like yourself, Nick Folk.
Okay. I mean, I think Leon Washington was one of the best returners we ever had.
Yeah, and I'm so glad he's our special team.
Can you imagine? How great is that? How great is that?
I
They
hope,
should do that more.
yeah, I hope he proves everyone that he knows the special teams game, and we become a force in special teams, because I feel like we've been lacking in that.
Wouldn't it be nice?
department.
How long has it been since we saw someone? I mean, okay, we had that kid. He went to Buffalo or
That was
wherever
the
it
last
was.
one.
But how long has it been since we had a force back there that every time that forget it, they're kicking it. They
No.
want a kicker that's going to kick it through the end zone because you don't want to give this guy a chance.
Exactly. And that's the one problem in the game today because of the safety reasons. No, you're never going to see that part of the game be dynamic again, because everyone you're kicking it from the 35 now instead of the 25, and everyone with this and this and this. I said this to you, I'm tired of this. Be ballsy and take it out. If you're
Exactly.
a good offense, you start from the 10, you start from the 10.
But let's have some action here.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
I know.
If not, Kevin, do away with the special teams play and start the game on the 25-yard line for everyone.
And you're never going to break one if you don't take it out.
No, exactly. And listen, you might surprise some teams taking it out 10
That's
yards
right.
deep because they're
That's
not
right.
expecting it, because everyone with this nonsense. Okay, the last 2 topics probably won't be that interesting for Jet fans, but since it was on the list, we might as well do it. Who do you have for your coaching staff?
Well, I have to take that 98 staff as my
Okay.
number one.
You're taking the whole staff.
The whole staff.
Okay,
Buck
wow.
Seals, Belichick.
Okay.
I mean,
I can't say I argue with you. These last two topics, these last two things, I didn't give much interest in. I really didn't. I didn't even do any research. I actually liked what Jet Nation voted on, and I stuck with it, except for one I have an honorable mention. So Jet Nation's coaching staff, all-time coaching staff, head coach Weeb Eubank, Joe Walton, offensive coordinator.
Joe Walt.
Yeah, that's who they picked. Yeah, I think I would have took Brian Schottenheimer, but
Absolutely.
I didn't. I like I said, these last two topics I was lazy on. I was like, all right, if this is who they like, fine.
Listen, Joe Walton, we used to say, hey, Joe, pick a play, not your nose.
Yeah, but that was, But that was when he was the head coach. He was the offensive corner, wasn't he? Under Walt Michaels.
Yes, he was.
Offense,
but still.
Yeah, no. I went Schottenheimer, but I didn't put him.
I wasn't. I was not a Joe Walton fan.
I should put him now as the honorable mention. I did Rex Ryan defense, Mike Westhoff special teams coach.
The only special teams coach.
Yeah, and then they have an assistant head coach here, and they put Walt Michaels. But in saying this, Kev, it shows you how our history is not rich.
How bad the coaching has been.
Yeah. My honorable mention was Herman Edwards.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. You play to win the game.
Yeah. Now, I didn't put Parcells because they have him down as the GM and president. I figured, all right, I'll stick with that in the front office department.
I will tell you why I picked that staff.
Okay.
Because after they got a few games in and Vinny had taken over for Foley, okay, I knew every Sunday we had a 75 to 100% chance of winning.
Yeah.
I knew that. I felt that. That was the first time I ever felt it and knew it. And it's still to this day.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a staff like that yet, where I went in as confident every Sunday as I did with that staff, saying, these guys don't have a chance.
Yeah. So if you're going by staffs, let's say as a whole, you would have to say the Parcells staff, probably the Rex staff, and the Herman Edwards staff was probably the three staffs that gave us the most to say, yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because I'm telling you, I remember going to games under the Parcells era where that 98 season, I went to the stadium and I knew we were going to win.
Yeah, you felt confident. Yeah.
And I can't remember. I haven't felt that way since, really.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Since the Rex Ryan era, I don't, every game I go into, can we just be competitive? Can we just, like Leon has said that Thanksgiving Day, can we just not make horses' asses out of ourselves? Exactly. And last but not least, they have the front office, Bill Parcells, GM and president, Jim Kensel, assistant GM and vice president. I'm surprised this guy's here, but for what they labeled him, he's the right man. Mike Tannenbaum, salary cap specialist.
I was a Tannenbaum fan.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a cap guru.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they have him for. And then vice president of player personnel, Eric Mangini. And that wraps up the all-time Jet Dream Team.
You know what? What's your favorite all-time coach? Who's your favorite coach ever of the
Jet history? In Jet history, I would have to say Rex. As much as I love Parcells, those 2 years under Rex, like I remember his first press conference when he said, "You take out one of us, we'll take out two of you." That's right. And I looked over to my wife and I said, I could run through a wall for this guy. As much as I
just said to you that I knew in '98, I went into every game thinking, we're going to win this game.
Yeah.
With Rex, man.
Yeah.
It was something about him. You wanted to punch people in the face.
No,
like, let's go, man. He fired you up. I remember Thomas Jones in that first year, 2010. Thomas Jones, man, they were on Hard Knocks.
Okay.
and they were showing Thomas Jones. He's like, man, you did some crazy shit, man.
Yeah.
This is like, I ain't never been around nobody like this before. This is great.
Oh man, you knew the Jets under Rex Ryan, even though it was only 2 out of the 5 years, because I think they robbed him of everything in season 3, 4.
Absolutely.
They kept taking pieces
They
away.
depleted the team. There's no
Yeah.
question.
But you knew you were in for something special. If you remember that first game Rex Ryan coached, I believe it was a Thursday night game against the Ravens, and we lost by, if I remember right, the score was like 15-13. And if Dustin Keller would have just turned a little this way, it would have been a first down and kept the drive alive.
Yep.
And who knows that game?
That's
but
right.
You knew when we went head to head with the Ravens in week 1, and we stood their toughness with our toughness, this was going to be a special group under Rex Ryan.
Yep.
And you know, even though we lost that game, and his first season we were only 9-7, you knew this was going to be, and they stripped him of everything in season 3, and they just made it worse and worse. That after year 5, his nonsense was just nonsense, and they ran him out of town. But it is what it is.
I know.
It is what it is.
He's another one that got the short end of the stick.
Yeah. And I'm praying Joe Douglas does not do this to Saleh. I don't want to see 2 good, 3 good years, and then, we have to switch.
Yeah, we got a big roster turnover. That's it.
Yeah. Lose a piece, get a piece. Lose a piece. That's how it should be from here on in.
Pick and choose.
Yeah.
Pick and choose.
Yeah.
Plug this in here. Plug this in there. Absolutely.
Be that team like Parcells and Rex Ryan had, where players wanted to come because you knew Rex was going to have your back. And as tough as Parcells was, he was going to have your back, and you were going to be in meaningful games. This is what this regime has to do now.
Let's see.
You know?
Proof is in the pudding, baby.
Yeah. Again, even though I picked them this year to go 5-11, 5-12, boom me. Be in every game. Be in every game where we could say, oh, that one play or that one this, we would have won that game, and I will be happy.
Hey, I got him at 7. I got him at 7 and 10.
Yeah. And, you know, be in every game. Make us a team that hits you in the mouth, that when that team walks out there, they're like, I wouldn't want to play that team 4 weeks from now when they're even better and they're even tougher and they're even smarter. That's the team I want us to be. Anyway.
For once, I just want to be talked about. I want to be back in the mix.
Yes.
I want to have something to be excited about come December.
No, agree. Brother, I have a few things for you. I don't know if I showed these to you. So I went to the storage room.
Oh, boy.
And I dug out this one.
Nice.
My Jet Construction helmet.
Nice.
Signed by one Jonathan Vilma.
Oh, you got to love that. You got to love
guy who
came to work every week with his hard hat on. So you got to love it.
Do you remember when you, and I'm sure I know you're allowed to today, you know, now you're not, but when you went to Hofstra and you got to watch the practices, you could sit there 5 days a week if you want and watch these guys have two-a-days.
Yep,
and then
I did it.
Some of them would come over and sign. That's how I got this sign watching practice one day. Chad Pennington never came over. I was hoping he would, but Wilbur came over, signed the hat, and that was excellent. Now, not from the Jets, but something I always loved. They were always my favorite uniforms, and I don't know why. Do you remember when Tampa Bay wore those great ice creamsicle orange?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Check out this.
Oh, check that out, man.
What a throwback.
That's where Testaverde was, right?
Yeah. This is the throwback of 77 where they wore those cream.
Yes.
I love this hat, but I won't wear it. It stays like in my storage mantle. I just brought it home to show you and the
preserved.
I don't even wear it. I'm afraid to wear it because I'm afraid someone's going to try to snatch it off my head.
That's pretty cool.
You don't find these hats, these classic hats like this. I'm maybe you can. I don't know. But this for me was the creamsicle uniform.
That was it. That was it.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I love it. I love it.
Yep. All right, brother. This was fun.
I'll have to dig up some more stuff. I've got to find that Ronnie Lott card.
Okay.
that he signed to me, much to his wife's dismays. But I'll have to come up with a couple.
Excellent. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Anything. This was great. Another good one, brother. I loved it. This was awesome.
Another terrific one.
Yep.
Loved meeting you and your wife last weekend.
Same.
It was awesome.
Yeah. We gotta do it again.
We
Hey,
had
you
a
know
great
what?
time.
Yeah, we definitely gotta do it again.
Oh, hell yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. It's
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Yep.
All right,
my
brother.
Yep. We'll talk soon.
Have a great Memorial Day weekend, everybody.
You too. Yes.
Have a great rest of your Saturday.
Yep.
And we'll talk to you next week.
Yep.
Shut up. See you later.
All right.
Talk to you later, bro.
Yes.